Hey arty friends, today I'd like to take you on a tour of my art studio. So this is a bedroom in my 2-bedroom apartment. It is upstairs and it gets ridiculously hot in the summer. So I'm just going to kind of wander around and show you stuff. I do a lot of my hanging out here in the studio. So I do actually have my TV up here as well as sort of my entertainment system stuff, my video games, and my amiibos. I really like cute tiny things, so I do have a doll collection as well as a raiment collection. Here is the stack, or at least some of the stack, of books picked up while in Japan that I want to show you guys on the channel. And I was kind of thinking about just going through all of my art books with you guys. I thought you guys might enjoy that, because I do have quite a collection of art books, just kind of assembled over the years and through my travels, as well as the quote-unquote current sketchbooks. I think this is everything since 2013. And then here is studio cat Bowie. Bo! Hey bud! You gonna say hi? Probably not. He's the one whose voice you hear. Over here is stationery, mailing supplies, stickers, washi tapes, that sort of thing. Small containers, business cards. Here are watercolor supplies, mostly tube watercolor sets and watercolor palettes. Here is the window I never get to enjoy. Sorry, Bo. Almost stepped on him. This is my drawing rack. It's full of, right now it's mostly just full of portfolios. Here is a portfolio full of really old art. So I am excited because that means I'm going to show it to you guys in the near future. And I also have some of my corrugated boards here. My bulldog clips, my watercolor supplies. I have a lot of watercolor supplies. And then inks, including fountain pen inks. Down here are watercolor markers, various specialty papers, excluding watercolor paper because that gets its own drawer. And then sort of miscellaneous mini notebooks. More dolls and figurines in case you guys didn't know I was a nerd. Then over here are most but not all of my convention badges assembled over the year or collected over the years. I know I have a lot more than this, but some cons were so awful I just threw away the badge. Didn't even want to remember the show. This is my workstation for the most part. I have a face mirror for reference, a gooseneck for my phone, so that's why some of my videos kind of look hinky, and then a new Rode mic stand, like microphone stand with an adapter to hold my camcorder, lights with a diffuser, various knickknacks, inking pens. This is the computer that some of the video editing gets done at, but some of the video editing also gets sent out to someone else to edit. So there's only a certain amount of control I have, unfortunately. Over here are the alcohol markers I use frequently. So Copic Blick Studio marker, the Copic wides I have, spray bottles of alcohol inks as well as dripper bottles of alcohol inks. Here is a few things that I'm hoping to review, unbox and swatch today. Drafting supplies, sumie brushes, hake brushes, inking brushes in the little latte pencil case, as well as some beautiful commissioning gift art from a couple of friends. The smaller one is from my friend Kabocha, and the larger one is from my friend Alakatilla. It was part of the Kickstarter fulfillment for Spider Silk Volume 2, and it's gorgeous. I'm so happy with it. Then we have the drawing rack. It has been cleaned off, so all it really contains now is like in progress inks, or inks I'm going to watercolor. So here are my merbays, as well as a very old favorite fictional femmes, but it's still really cute, as well as smaller pieces. Oh, sorry. And then my portfolio of tiny field tests which I'm one-handed right now, so I can't show that to you guys. And then various art supplies, including watercolor color pencils, Pitt pens, various markers, and other sort of drafting supplies. This still needs to be gone through fully, but it mostly contains Chiyogami paper. That's kind of the only thing still relevant. One of the bridesmaids bouquets from a friend's wedding. And then just generic office supplies, my painting brushes, con stuff, which needs to be gone through, comic and watercolor papers, my large format scanner, air purifier, more paper. So a lot of this is, this needs to be gone through because these are sketchbooks and some of them need to be phased out. I think this has Lilliputian living in it. It might be a fresh one though. Oh, it's a fresh one, okay. So watercolor paper, Bristol paper, comic paper, small things like paper clips, etc. Stuff I am reviewing. So I'm almost always working. Lots and lots and lots of natural light lamps. I have the hardest time getting good lighting at my desk, and since I do watercolor comics, it's really important that I'm able to get nice, good, accurate lighting. A very ratty chair that needs to go. More inks, fountain pen inks, acrylic inks. This needs to be sorted, as does the acrylic inks. The fountain pen inks I already showed you guys, because I need to sort it out by fountain pen, which are dye based, and then everything else, which is art related. And then it's kind of a mixed use closet. So I do have some cosplay stuff up there, as well as some shoes and some blankets, because this is my guest room, as well as some tea paraphernalia so that we can have tea. Con banners, so that's my standing banner. That's my toner printer, as well as paper refills, watercolor paper, and that's just packed solid all the way to the back. And then larger things, portfolios, a big tripod, and then guest room sort of things. So since this is a multi-use room, I can't claim it on my taxes as like just a studio, because guests do stay in here, and I do hang out and eat dinner up here and watch TV up here. But yeah, this is my studio as it stands now. I'd still like to revamp it and get a hutch, because I mean there's just a lot of wasted space up around my drafting table, my drawing table. There is an Aeron chair because I threw out my back a couple years ago working in a really cheap chair from World Market. Here are just some of the alcohol markers. So my Prismacolors and my Shinhans, the brush markers I got from AliExpress, which actually aren't bad. My water-based markers are in this big tub. My Camellia markers are in that box. Copic refills and paper refills are towards the back. A paper cutter and business cards. So, like I said, this is my studio as it stands, running the air purifier, trying to get some purified air. Not really making use of the space up there because I am a short person and I wouldn't be able to get to it, nor did I decorate my ceiling. This room had literally no lights in it at all. All of the lights I put in. So this is like an LED, like a workshop lamp that was hung. LED lights here, they don't work very well. I don't recommend those. No fan in here, so that's also partially why I'm running the air purifier, because it is summer and the AC just cannot keep up with the heat. So if I wasn't recording stuff, I would be downstairs working instead because it's way too hot up here. So thank you guys so much for touring my studio with me. I hope to see you guys next week. I'm not sure if this will provide any inspiration for you guys, but this is definitely a working art studio. It's not just a recording art studio. So of course there is some mess because a real person lives and works here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again really soon, and I hope you guys have a great day. This is Nata Soup signing off.